My screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So in last class, we started with basically three topics called type hint, TypeDict, and Pydantic. Okay, and we have seen with the help of type hint how we can basically um, put hint to any variable or function. So hint in the sense, again, just giving you a quick recap. So let's say if a is the variable and we put a equal to 2, and if we have to do the type hinting, so in that, okay, thanks. Yeah. So in that, so here a is an integer. So what we can do, a then colon. Yeah. So we have just added a type hint. Okay. So both the function or both the variable will work in the same way. Only thing is like we just added a type hint. Okay. Similarly, let's if there is a list. Okay. So let's say b equal to 148. Okay. So if we see, this is a list and inside this all are integer, right? So if we have to add type hint here, so simply b colon then list, and inside that all are integer. Okay, so this way you can put type hint for this. Okay, similarly, let's say if you have created any function, so a comma b, okay, and return a plus b. Okay, so here if we have to add a type hint, so what you can do, a is a int, let's say b is also integer, right? And here return a plus b. So just to show output, what output is returning, basically we are giving the type. Okay, so this way you can give the type of output and the output type is also integer. Okay, so this is how you can basically um, do the type hinting. Okay, so in agentic AI, so this is very important and many places we will use this type hinting. Okay, when we are creating some schema. Okay, so first let's see why this is important. Okay, so let's say you are asking something, right? LLM. So this is a LLM, and in LLM you have just given a, let's say, 10 line of text, and you want to extract the text in a structured format. So let's say this is a, for example, what we have seen, lab report. Okay, and in lab report multiple things are there. Okay, but with the help of LLM you want to extract, let's say, name, age, address, okay, and uh, let's say blood glucose. Okay, let's say these five fields you want to extract, and let's say you are creating a app. Okay, in app, so let's say these are five blank field. Okay, so you want to see, so here you want to, so name, then age, similarly address, blood glucose. Okay, this four field you want to basically fill. So let's say in the app, what you want that if user upload any lab report, then with the help of LLM, what I will do, I will extract those field and I will show in the display. Okay, name is this, age is this, and address and blood glucose. Okay. Now, if you use a TypeDict, okay, TypeDict is nothing but just a TypeDict and Pydantic. Okay, both are special way of creating dictionary. Okay, both are a special way of creating a dictionary. And how dictionary look like? Normal dictionary, right? This way. And there are some keys. Let's say age is a 24. Okay, name is, let's say, Ritesh. Okay, so these are called key and these are values, right? So in dictionary there are set of keys and values. Okay, but here if you see, we are not defining any uh, type, right? In this dictionary we are not defining any type, and this we can define with the help of uh, type int. But type dict is a special library for creating dictionary with its type and key name. Okay, so let's say if I have to for the same thing, if I have to extract name, age, blood glucose and address. Okay, so type dict is a so what I need to do, simply you need to write class, then let's say uh, you write the data underscore extraction. Okay, and inside that we generally call TypeDict. Okay, so TypeDict is just a library. So, yeah. So TypeDict, we basically first import the TypeDict, and let's say if you have to create any schema, so schema is nothing but blueprint. Okay, in what format you want the output. So with the help of TypeDict, you are basically defining the schema. So once you create the schema, you will able to get the output in that format, or those field only you will get in the output. So let's say here I am just giving you the example how to create a schema. So simply write class, then this will be your class name. Okay, let's say data extraction, and in that schema you just need to write, let's say you want to extract age. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so let's say if you want to extract age, okay, you need to define age, and you also need to define what is the type of that age. Type in the sense whether it is an integer, string, or so age will be generally integer, right? Then you define address. So address will be string. Okay. Then blood glucose. Glucose will be integer, or sorry, it will be float, right? It can contain decimal value. Then name will be a string. So you have just define a blueprint. So this is nothing but a blueprint. Okay. So once you define this blueprint, and if you pass this to the LLM, then LLM will know, okay, I need to provide the output in this format. Okay, I need to find the age, but the age should be integer, address, blood glucose, name. Okay, so this is a most simple way of defining any schema. So with the help of TypeDict and Pydantic, you are basically defining the schema, defining the schema. Just a minute. Now, so this is with TypeDict. Okay. So now similar to this, one more step or advanced step of this for creating a schema is Pydantic. So what extra Pydantic do is it do validation as well. It do validation as well. What do you mean by validation? Okay. So here, let's say LLM able to extract age, address, blood glucose, and name. But let's say in age, for example, he writes something uh, Ritesh, okay, in output. But you want, but you the schema that you define is integer, right? And here in age, it tell, okay, this is a Ritesh, okay. So Pydantic, if you create the schema with the help of Pydantic, so Pydantic will validate those things. So it will see whether this Ritesh is integer or string. Okay, integer or string. If it see string, then it will throw error. It will throw error. It will see in schema we have defined integer, but in output we are getting string. So it will validate and throw error. So it will basically help to validate the output. Output, validate the output type. Type is an important thing, huh? Not value. It will validate the type. Okay. So yeah. So in both Pydantic and TypeDict, we create a schema in similar way. Okay. Just TypeDict and Pydantic are two different library. Okay, so let's see it through some example, then how to basically create it. Okay, so let's say, yeah, let's say this is the schema. Okay, so first what you need to do, you need to basically import the TypeDict library. Okay, so TypeDict, then let's say this is the schema you are defining, and this is a just let's say what this schema represent. Let's say a user dictionary with a specific field. Okay, so here you can write short description about what basically this schema represent. So let's say here if I can write blood, blood type. Okay, and it will be string. So this is about person name, person name, age and blood group. Okay, so this is important, means this description is important. Okay, um, yeah. So this is about person name, age, and blood group. And this description is important. Why? Because this information is also passing to the LLM. So if you write the description, so LLM know in what context you are creating this schema. Okay, so this will make the LLM job easy. Okay, so yeah, so because of that, this description is very important. Okay, so this schema we have created with the TypeDict. Okay, now mm, yeah. Hmm. So this schema we have created with the TypeDict. Let's say if you have to create the schema with Pydantic. Okay, so I can copy the same thing here. Yeah. So if you see, there is very minor difference, right? Only thing is like if you call the TypeDict library i- inside a class, what you need to pass TypeDict. If you are using the Pydantic inside the class, you need to pass base model. In both the way, you can create a uh, basically schema. Okay, and let's say in last class we have seen, yeah. So we have created, let's say, one schema, right? This is the blueprint. So blueprint is nothing but in what format we want the output from the LLM. Okay. So here you define the model, and let's say if you have to integrate this blueprint with the LLM, then you simply need to write model dot with structured output and then the class name. Here the class name is user, right? And once you have integrated both the things, here the output you will get. Okay, now let's make some difference, or maybe we can create some test. uh, okay. Hmm. Pydantic. Okay, user, let's say T, and yeah. So user T means TypeDict and user P means Pydantic. Okay, let's yeah, run both the things, and what we'll do, we'll pass this to the LLM. Okay. Now what we have done. So let's say this is the thing. This till this step. So this is a LLM model that we have defined. Now, so structured LLM, let's say P. Okay. And here you pass, let's say if you are using a Pydantic schema. Okay. Simply you need to pass this. So this get created. Let's say in a similar way, if you want to create one more, that is T and user T, right? So we have created two models which will provide you a structured output. One with the help of Pydantic, user P means Pydantic, user T means just I have added T or P just to uh, get, okay, this is the Pydantic and this is the um, TypeDict. Okay. Now, let's say if we write a query, okay, age is 32, my blood blood group age, uh, let's say O positive. Okay, I am, let's say, right, Aditya. Okay, now, so this is the query that we are passing to the LLM. Now, let's see result P equal to control C structured query. Okay, and okay, so we are basically want to see what is the output that we get if we uh, use the Pydantic schema and if we use the TypeDict schema. Okay. Okay. So we are passing the same input to two different model. Okay. Let's run it. Now let's see result TP. See. So if we have used the Pydantic, we getting this output. Okay. And if we use the, let's say T, what is the output? This is the output from the uh, TypeDict schema. Okay. Both are some sort of dictionary only. Okay. In both way, you are getting the output in the similar way. Okay. Okay. There is, okay. Spell mistake. Now, let's say in O plus, instead of my blood group is, let's say I write 76. Okay. So here you know that 76 is not a blood group, right? Let's see what these two give. Identity give. Okay. So it converted that into a string. Hmm, what 76 string string plot 1 comma 3 comma 4. So it basically converting that into a string. Okay. Mm. Okay, so just mm, in this case, we are not getting any error, but and right now I'm not able to recall any example, but in some cases it will throw error. Okay, if you are not getting the output in that format, you will get the error. Okay, yeah. So this is basically how we can create a simple schema with the help of TypeDict and base model. And if you have to integrate with any LLM, simply what you need to write model dot with structured output and then the schema. Then you can rebook the model. Okay, in book. So here you will get the output in the structured format. And this you can use, let's say if you are creating any app, if you are getting the output in JSON format or dictionary format, you will easily able to extract the value with the help of keys. Okay, and that you can pass it to your app. So this is a simple way of creating a schema. So let's see how we can. Let's say if you want to add some optional thing. Okay, so this is the schema, one of the schema. Okay, this is the other schema where you are passing name, age, email. Mm, yeah. Now in Pydantic, the extra thing that you can put. So let's say from Pydantic import base model and field. Okay. Yeah. So here in field, what are the things you can write? You can write minimum value, max description. Okay. Greater than, less than. This also you can put. Okay. So let's say yeah. So name is string. Okay. And uh, equal to field. So field is where you can write certain value. For example, in age, you define int, but let's say for validation, you need to provide certain things, right? So in field, what you have written greater than equal to 0, GE means greater than equal to, LE means less than equal to. So let's say if I take this one and here can write field. Okay. And in age equal to, so name age. Okay, so here age is, let's say I want to write 30 to, let's say 100. Okay, 30 to 100. So let's read name field is not defined. Okay. So for everyone, we need to define the field. So in field, you can write most of the times we write description only. Okay. Description equal to name of the person. Okay. And here equal to again field, and you can define blood group of the person. Okay. Name field is okay. Sorry. E. Yeah. So again, we have just added a field. Okay. In Pydantic. So all the things will be same. Let's rerun this thing. Okay. Now let's right now the age is 32. Okay. Let's see what. And you will get the similar output. Now let's say if I here we have defined age is greater than 30, greater than equal to 30 and less than 100. Let's say if I put age equal to 22. Let's see what happens. So what it does, it automatically put the age to 30. Okay. Put the age to 30 here in Pydantic. So this is one of the problem. It basically not able to give you the proper output in that. So this is one of the loophole for Pydantic. Okay, so it up to you. In most of the schema, we generally use the TypeDict, okay, to define the values. Okay, and yeah, so this is how you can define the schema. And yeah, any doubt till this point?
Generally, Pydantic should validate the output like it should. Is it only regarding the type or the value? Right? We have already given this statement, right? Like the ages should be less than 30.
Hmm.
So is it only validating the type, or it will validate the like compare this that conditions also? It's not comparing the condition, like the age should be less than 30, like that.
Actually it should be, but it's not doing that thing. So it just converting that value to lower value right here. So it do the type conversion as well. If you So here it basically doing the type conversion. If you see the uh, yeah. So Pydantic is like that provide runtime validation using Python type hints, and like Pydantic actually checks and convert types when you create a object. Okay, so automatic type conversion. Let's say if you are passing a string, it will automatically convert that into a integer. So both the libraries has some pros and cons. Okay, so this is our some cons of this Pydantic. So it's up to you. Let's say if you can experiment with different means trying creating a schema with the help of Pydantic and um, this TypeDict, and just check in which format you are getting the proper output. Many times it do the type validation, but the example that we have seen in that it haven't thrown any error. Okay, but you will get some, in some cases it will throw error if you are not getting the proper output. Basically it's checking the type only. Most of the time it's checking the type. If it's come under that, then it may.
So type, okay, so but what about the condition? We have given that age is less than age should be less than 30. Like
Haha.
it has printed 30 only. Like it won't check the condition, like what the user
uh,
have given.
Ideally it should be, but here it's not doing that thing. So it means uh, it not checking the value. It just if it's any value come under uh,
Like it's
come
it is
below
coming
that.
from the memory, right? Because previously we have given 30, it's storing that value and it's giving that value only again. Whereas TypeDict is changing that value according to the condition.
No, it's not in the memory. It's um, it's just checking. Uh, it's just converting the value to 30. Okay, it's
Okay.
not in that memory. We are not talking about any memory here. Let's change that again. Let's rerun. See, we have removed the description. See, it's giving the wrong output, right? Now it's giving 100. So not a problem. Basically, the idea of giving you the information on TypeDict and uh, Pydantic is how you can create a schema. Okay, and this schema is super important because in if you are using any LLM, most of the time you want the structured output. So structured output means it should be in key value format or in some particular format, and that format you define. So with the help of TypeDict and basically um, Pydantic, you basically defining the schema in dictionary format. Okay, so where you define what are the value that I want and what are the type of those value you want, and also you can make it optional as well. So optional in the sense, let's say if you are giving 7 name, age, blood type, okay, BP label, temperature, let's say temperature is not present, so um, you can basically define um, if temperature is not present, so basically it will throw error. So to make it means, if let's say if you want it should not throw error, then you can define, okay, this is optional. Okay, for example, let's say if we add some extra field here, okay, in blood type, in this schema only, let's put some temperature. So so by default it will be description. So even if you not write, that is also fine. Description. Good. Yeah. So let's. So this is a Pydantic. Okay. And let's see. In this case, temperature is not there. Let's see what happens. It's running and running. It takes some time. So it is because temperature is not there. I think because of that only it is taking time. Ideally, it should throw error that this key is not found. I'm just stop the program. So no problem. Um, you will see some example later on, if not now, where you will see some error, means the validation error. But yeah, most of the time you can use a TypeDict for creating a schema. And LangChain, if you see the LangChain document, they have given different ways to basically define a schema. So if you just go to docs and LangChain Python structured output. Just go to structured output. So here if you see Pydantic model, TypeDict, data class, JSON schema. Okay. So most of the time we generally use a Pydantic or TypeDict. So I'm not talking about the data class and JSON schema. So mainly we will use either Pydantic or TypeDict. Okay. For creating a schema. Okay. And right now they have uh, launched one website, Chat LangChain. Okay. So let's say if you have to chat with the documentation of the LangChain. So simply you can write, let's say, I want to get the structured output using TypeDict. How to do it? Okay. So you don't have to scroll all the document. Simply you can go to chat LangChain. It will give you the code. Okay. With example. Okay. So let's say this is the code. Let's say in a movie you want to extract certain things. Let's say title, year, director. So it will provide you the code. You can directly copy this thing. And similarly, you can say I want to use Pydantic. Okay. So this is super useful. Otherwise, you have to search in the documentation where the things are present. But since you can use chat LangChain and that is free, see with the help of Pydantic how you can basically create a schema. Okay. Now, one program I have made. Yeah. So I've created one program where uh, if you upload any medical lab report or if you give medical lab report, then it will able to extract the information that is present in that medical. Okay. So here uh, basically, what we are extracting: name, result, numeric result, unit, reference range, flag, nodes, lab name, lab address, lab contact, contract, title, date, number. So these are the information that we are extracting. Okay, and this is with the help of TypeDict. Okay, now just forget this thing. Yeah, yeah. And so we have uses two examples. So one is without schema. So here we directly define the model and we are not basically adding the schema to the model. Okay. And simply for image. So this is the structure. You can use a chat LangChain to find how you can basically use image to extract the anything. Means let's say, so this code you can copy from that place. Okay. So this is nothing but let's say for image, we need to first convert into a base 64. Okay. Image format. Then that format will only go to the API. Okay. The chat open means OpenAI API, it will use the base 64 format to encode any image. Okay, to extract anything from that image. And this is the format to basically call that. Let's say if you want to extract, let's say in that extract text heading tables from this image. So this is the format. Okay, for image. So here if you see, if I'm not using any schema, so the data is like this. Okay. Now, the other thing that we have done, so in model I have just added a schema. So this is the schema image report, and uh, yeah, so image report and the same image we are passing. Only difference is right now we have just given a schema. Okay, so in this schema, after passing these this through schema, the result is like, if you see here, yeah. So it able to extract lab name, address, title, all the things that are present. Test, what are the tests that has been done? Okay, so in text test, cholesterol total, try, all the information it able to extract. Okay, so this is from the image, and this is the image. Okay, if you see the image, this image is not very much clear, right? So it looks some blurry thing, but it able to extract, and by passing this image we can extract the relevant field. Okay, or the field that we want to extract. Okay, so only thing that you need to pass is to the schema, in what schema you want the output. Okay, yeah. So again, if I show you, so this is the schema that we have provided. Okay, lab name, address, all these things, right? And if you see, we are basically combining these two. So in test row, name result, numeric result, optional float. So optional means if the things are not present. So this is optional, means it's not mandatory. If things are not present, leave it blank. Maybe unit optional, reference range optional, flag notes. Okay. Then lab name, address, page number, patient name, age, all this information we basically, and in tests, in test, we have passes list of test row. So test row is this one, and we are passing this to in this class. So list of this information, name, result, numeric unit, reference range, flag, notes, because in test there will be multiple things, right? So in test, what is the name of that text, and there are some other like result, numeric result, unit, all these things are will be there, and there are multiple tests, so we have created a list of those things. So this is how you can create a schema, and passing to the means just uh, if you want your LLM should provide your output in a structured format, simply you need to model dot with a structured output and then pass the schema class or the class name. Then that model you can write a structured model or any name you can given, and then you can invoke that model to get the output in a structured format. And this field can you can use for filling your app, right? Means app information. Uh, so this is just simple example. So where uh, we have uploaded one image. So in that basically lab name. So this lab name is able to extract patient name, age, um, report title, report date, patient ID, referring doctor. Okay. So these are the field that we are extracting. Okay. So name, lab name, okay, lipid profile test name, all this information it extracting. Okay. So just to fulfill this field, you need your output in this format, right? Means in a structured format. Then only you will able to fill this field. Okay. Yeah, I hope it's clear that why we required a schema and what are the advantage of using the schema. Okay. So this schema that we have defined is one of the application is model with structured output. The other place where we will use this schema is a tool creation. Okay, and tool is a super important thing in if you are creating any agentic AI system. Yeah, any doubt? No doubt. Okay, Raghua.
So generally, we can create like we can do it right. Like if we like this is all structure format. If we extract the structure format and like we can refer that from we connecting to the LLM, we can say that this value. So for example, let us take if the blood sugar is between 120 or 100, it's safe. Like we can describe it also by connecting
Right,
it to the LLM. Right. Yeah.
right,
Okay.
right. So mm, the best way to learn more about is to use it in some of your application. Let's say if we are using a if you are creating a data, right? The data, what data you have created? .md file, let's say, right?
Yes.
You are
Yes.
doing the web scraping. Let's say
Yes.
in that you do not want unnecessary information, right?
So we can
Let's
do
say
like for example, let us take if say be like I just want the section and the like what is the section refers to. Only these two I want, not everything like whatever extra everything I don't want like that.
right,
So
right. So you can create a schema. Okay. So in that schema, you can write, okay, section, that is a string, right?
yes,
You can also write title. You can,
yes,
let's say section title. So title you can write. So your schema will be title, then section, uh,
description.
section description, and any other information you can. And you can, so this will be schema, and then that schema you can pass it to the LLM
Okay,
to get
okay,
the proper output. Okay, so that will be
okay,
your cleaner output, and maybe you can write a summarized version as well. So description, then summarized version.
okay, okay. Got it. Got it.
Okay, so this is a miss. Yeah, so this is also one of the application to get creating your data in a structured format, because once you create the data in a structured format, RAG application or RAG output accuracy will depend on that as well. Okay, yeah. So generally JSON provided the means if you storing your data in JSON format, it generally provide a good accuracy in RAG if you are creating any RAG application. Yeah. Chirantan,
Yes, sir.
mm, you have some problem on creating data, right?
Yes,
Or
yes.
some doubt? Yeah, you can share your screen. If anyone want to leave, you can leave. So today's class is over.
Sir, and one more thing, like
Mhm.
recently got on to this. What is this cursor ID? Like it's used for creating AI agents like that.
Cursor ID is a vibe coding.
Okay.
Okay. So once this agentic thing will over, na, I will let you know.
Oh,
Means which
okay,
one to.
okay, okay,
Don't use a cursor thing right now.
okay, okay,
If
okay,
you want, you can use Claude Code.
okay, okay,
Okay. So it is similar to that only, but Claude Code is a more economical as compared to Cursor ID. And yeah,
okay.
huh. Huh, Chirantan, you can share your screen. So Chirantan is basically creating data for a credit card thing. So the idea is like, let's say there are lots of different types of credit card offering from different banks, right? So he is basically creating application where user can basically search. Let's say if he want to know what are the credit, let's say he is a the user is traveler. Okay, so he want the credit card which is which is super helpful on traveling to get maximum reward point and flight ticket cheaper. So he is creating such application. Yeah, Chirantan.
But here, how to convert MD file in SVA, like here easy, but mm,
How we are converting MD file?
yes, how to convert
In what format you want to convert?
uh, HTML markdown.
So .md file is markdown only, na?
Here, click right click, but in axis or any other side, not click.
हम्म, नहीं समझा, आप बताओ फिर से। मतलब .md फाइल तो मार्कडाउन ही है, राइट?
नहीं नहीं, मतलब एसबीआई साइड में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आ रहा है,
हम्म
राइट क्लिक आ रहा है, बट
हम्म
एक्सिस और एचडीएफसी में नहीं आ रहा है,
क्या आ रहा है एक्सिस और एचडीएफसी में?
राइट क्लिक
दिखाओ।
नहीं हो रहा है।
हाँ, दिखाओ मतलब गुड प्रॉब्लम। एचडीएफसी इसमें राइट क्लिक नहीं हो रहा है, आप ये
हाँ
बोल रहे हो ना? हम्म ठीक है। राइट क्लिक हो ही नहीं रहा है।
हाँ, क्या
ओके,
हाँ
कंट्रोल ए, कंट्रोल ए करो।
ओके
कॉपी करके पेस्ट कर दो। अगर राइट क्लिक नहीं हो रहा है तो सारे टेक्स्ट वो हो जाएगा, उसको फिर एलएलएम से पास कर दो कि तुमको क्या क्या इसमें चाहिए, मतलब।
ओके।
ठीक है, लेट्स से कि एलिजिबिलिटी चाहिए, हाउ टू अप्लाई जैसे क्वेश्चन हो गया है ना।
ये मैं कहाँ से लूँ, डायरेक्ट चैट जीपीटी से ले लूँ?
चैट जीपीटी से क्यों, मतलब वो तो मैनुअल वे हो गया ना। मतलब कुछ ऐसा
ओके
करो
ओके।
कि एक टेक्स्ट फाइल में इसको कॉपी करो, और लेट्स से अगर कोई भी नॉर्मल एलएलएम मॉडल ले लो, उससे उसको पास कर दो स्ट्रक्चर्ड आउटपुट के लिए, जो अभी मैंने स्कीमा बताया ना।
हाँ हाँ
सेम चीज ट्राई करो कि सबसे पहले टेक्स्ट फाइल में सेव कर लो ये डेटा,
हाँ,
उस डेटा को रीड करो। ठीक है,
ठीक है। उसको
और वो
डॉट एमडी में कन्वर्ट करो।
नहीं कन्वर्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं है। उसको जस्ट ओपन करो और जैसा मतलब एक एलएलएम मॉडल के थ्रू पास करो, और वो एलएलएम मॉडल का जो आउटपुट होगा उसको सेव कर लो। उसको भी मतलब एक ना क्लीन डेटा करके वो करो। तो उसमें क्या करो कि चैट जीपीटी का हेल्प लो कि हाउ टू ओपन एनी टेक्स्ट फाइल। ओके, और जो एलएलएम का आउटपुट आ रहा है उसको भी हाउ टू सेव इन अ टेक्स्ट फाइल। ठीक है, प्रॉब्लम
ओके
अभी यही आएगी कि ये कॉपी किया तुमने, इसको टेक्स्ट फाइल में सेव कर लिया। ठीक है,
ओके।
राइट। अब वो
हाँ हाँ,
टेक्स्ट फाइल को एलएलएम को पास करना है। ठीक है,
मतलब सभी आउटपुट, सभी क्रेडिट कार्ड का डिटेल्स मुझे टेक्स्ट फाइल में स्टोर करना है।
जो भी तुम्हारा कॉपी नहीं हो रहा है। ठीक है, इसका देखो
हाँ हाँ
करने का दो तरीका है। एक तरीका है कि आप डायरेक्ट कॉपी किए, ठीक है,
हाँ
पूरा
हाँ
टेक्स्ट कॉपी कर लिए इसे कंट्रोल ए करके, और एक टीएक्सटी फाइल में सेव कर लिए, राइट।
हाँ।
लेकिन वो टीएक्सटी फाइल अभी जो डेटा है क्लीन नहीं है, क्लीन नहीं है, बहुत सारी अदर कुछ और भी इंफॉर्मेशन है, राइट।
इंफॉर्मेशन, हाँ।
वो हमको नहीं चाहिए। तो उसको हमको क्लीन करने के लिए हम किससे करा रहे हैं? एलएलएम से।
LLM।
ठीक है, तो ओपन एआई का यूज कर लो। हाँ, क्योंकि इसमें वर्ड ज्यादा होंगे तो कॉन्टेक्स्ट विंडो, जैसे ओलामा का अगर यूज करोगे तो उसमें कॉन्टेक्स्ट विंडो कम होगा।
ओला
ठीक है,
में थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है, इतना आउटपुट अच्छे से नहीं आ रहा है।
हाँ तो वो तो फ्री है इसीलिए नहीं आएगा, और तुम्हारे मशीन में चल रहा है। ठीक है, उसके लिए थोड़ा
हाँ हाँ
बड़ा मशीन चाहिए। ठीक है, तो वो होगा। नेक्स्ट जो है कि एलएलएम का जब आउटपुट आ गया है ना, अब उसको
हाँ हाँ
सेव कैसे करोगे? या तो जेसन फाइल में सेव करो या तो डॉट टीएक्सटी में। ठीक है।
हाँ हाँ,
अब वो सेव करने के लिए कि लेट से कि तुमको जेसन में सेव करना है, तो उसको अगर तुम स्ट्रक्चर्ड आउटपुट आ रहा है तो उसको बेटर होगा कि जेसन में सेव कर लो। ठीक है।
ओके।
जेसन में मतलब जो इधर है ना, मतलब डॉट टीएक्सटी होता है उसी डॉट जेसन होता है, जे
हाँ हाँ
एस ओ
हाँ
एन
हाँ, पता है जैसे।
ओके। तो उसको उस फॉर्मेट में सेव कर लो। ठीक है। तो
ओके,
इसमें ओपन एआई का यूज करो। तो
ठीक।
हाँ, जो मैं बता रहा था, एक तो हो गया कंट्रोल ए, जो वेबसाइट में वापस जाओ। हाँ, तो एक तो है कंट्रोल ए करके वो कर लो। दूसरा तरीका ये है कि आप इसका इमेज ले लो। ठीक है।
ओके,
स्क्रीनशॉट ले लिए, स्क्रीनशॉट को एलएलएम से पास करो। जो अभी हमने देखा ना कि एक इमेज से हम डेटा कैसे निकालते हैं, वो कर सकते हैं। लेकिन स्क्रीनशॉट में ये दिक्कत होगा कि पूरा ऊपर से लेकर नीचे तक चीजें आनी चाहिए।
मल्टीपल
हाँ होता
स्क्रीनशॉट
है।
लेना पड़ेगा सर उसके लिए।
हाँ, मल्टीपल स्क्रीनशॉट, या तो कुछ में होता है कि शायद कुछ एप्लीकेशन होते हैं जिसमें ना कि पूरा
ऐसे भी करके ले पाएंगे कि कंट्रोल माइनस माइनस करके थोड़ा छोटा
हाँ,
है हो जाएगा।
देख लो कि पूरा आ जाएगा, या तो फिर मल्टीपल स्क्रीनशॉट लेना पड़ेगा।
हाँ
ठीक
हाँ।
है, ये कर सकते हो। दूसरा एक एक तरीका और
मतलब
है, एक तरीका और है, वेब बेस्ड लोडर यूज करो। ठीक है। अगर राइट
ओके
क्लिक नहीं हो रहा है ना, तो वेब बेस्ड लोडर यूज करो। तो वो
ओके,
क्या करेगा, इससे सारी इंफॉर्मेशन फेच कर लेगा।
ठीक है।
डॉट एमडी में, पर इसमें ऊपर का तुम मतलब डॉट एचटीएमएल क्यों चाहिए तुमको? ऊपर वेबसाइट का डेटा तो है, तो
ये
मतलब वेबसाइट लिंक तो है।
वही ओला में यूज करने से प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है
नहीं
अपने।
नहीं, ओपन नहीं, मतलब डॉक लिंक अगर तुम यूज करोगे या मार्केट डाउन यूज करोगे, जो जिससे कि हम डेटा एक्सट्रैक्ट करते हैं, उसके लिए तुमको ये लिंक क्यों चाहिए? मतलब जो तुम बोल रहे थे मार्क डाउन के लिए, लिंक तो तुम्हारा वो ऊपर में है ना, hdfcbank.com, उसको
ये
कॉपी
वाला
करो। हाँ, उसको कॉपी करके वहां पास डाल दो।
सर उससे कॉपी करके पूरा मार्कडाउन करके हमको कंडीशन, आई मीन हम चैट जीपीटी को देके वो हेडर्स और सब कुछ निकालने तो इन्फॉर्मेशन आ जाएगा।
हाँ, चैट जीपीटी तो फ्री है, मत बस यही है कि तुमको बार बार पेस्ट करना पड़ेगा। बस
हाँ,
यही है, अगर वो कर सकते हो तो बेटर है कि क्यों पैसे देना, उससे करा लो, वो भी
मैंने
सही है।
वही कहा कि मार्कडाउन मल्टीपल टाइम्स मैंने क्यों किया, क्योंकि हम लोग को जैसा चैप्टर 1 चैप्टर 2 ये सब कुछ आ रहा है ना, तो मैंने
हम्म।
मल्टीपल टाइम्स ट्राई करके उस सबको निकाल दिया कि ओनली आई वांट द इंफॉर्मेशन, जो भी चैप्टर सब कुछ निकाल के हेडर्स सब कुछ निकाल के आई जस्ट वांट द सो एंड सो पार्ट ओनली। सो उसने
ओके।
दे दिया वो वाला। ऐसा क्लीन
ओके।
कर सकते हैं।
हाँ हाँ, तो तुम भी ऐसे यूज कर लो चिरंतन। अगर तुमको
ओके
एपीआई यूज नहीं करना, डायरेक्ट जो डेटा है ना, या तो जो कंट्रोल एक किए डायरेक्ट वहां पेस्ट कर दो। ठीक है। अभी जो टेक्स्ट
ओके।
में किया ना, डायरेक्ट चैट जीपीटी में पेस्ट कर दो, और उसको बोलो कि मेरे को ये इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए इससे। ठीक है। या एक बार कॉपी कर लो, अभी यहीं से देख लेते हैं एक बार। उसको कॉपी करो जो अभी वेबसाइट था,
हाँ।
खुला तो वो था।
ऐसे जाए।
पिक्सल बगल में तो है टैब।
हाँ उसको कॉपी किया। हाँ
चैट जीपीटी ओपन कर लो। कंट्रोल भी कर दो। तुमने वो लिंक कॉपी किया ना। ओके।
हाँ।
इसी को बोलो एक्सट्रैक्ट द इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम दिस वेबसाइट। एक्सट्रैक्ट द यूजफुल यूजफुल इंसाइट।
नहीं तो मेरा ये भी है।
नहीं नहीं,
सॉरी।
उसको करो तो पहले इंफॉर्मेशन, जस्ट
कितना है?
इंटर करो, इंटर करो, देखो क्या होता है। नहीं दिया ना, तुमने लॉगिन पोर्टल किया है। ठीक है, वापस वो दूसरा वाला दो ना, पिक्सल वाला, तुम लॉगिन वाला दियो ना नेट बैंकिंग का। हाँ, इसको ऊपर का केवल लिंक दे दो। हाँ, राइट, जस्ट पेस्ट करो। नाउ डू फॉर दिस। है तुम फिर नेट बैंकिंग आ गया।
उतना ही आ रहा है।
जाओ तो पहले वापस। अच्छा, ये नेट बैंकिंग ही आ रहा है, ओके। तो इसका कंट्रोल ए करो। हाँ, कहाँ
करने
आ
से
तो रहा है।
होगा क्या?
हाँ,
सॉरी।
नाउ डू फॉर दिस। ठीक है, कॉपी कर लो, पर देख लेना कि सारी इंफॉर्मेशन प्रेजेंट है कि नहीं।
सारे तो नहीं आ रहा है।
हाँ, बोलना आई नीड डिटेल्ड इंफॉर्मेशन, उसको बोलो। एक काम करो, स्टॉप करो इसको, नीचे से स्टॉप करता हूँ। मुझे स्क्वायर जैसा दिख रहा है ना माइक के बगल में, उसको क्लिक कर दो।
नहीं ले रहा है।
ठीक है, एक बार वो पिक्सल वाला जो था ना उस पे जाओ, पिक्सल प्ले वाला, क्रेडिट कार्ड। हाँ, कंट्रोल ए कर दो, नीचे। हाँ, कंट्रोल ए, कंट्रोल सी।
ठीक, उसको डायरेक्ट डाल दो।
हाँ, डायरेक्ट डालो।
स्टॉप नहीं हो रहा है।
करो तो,
और एक ओपन करता हूँ।
रीलोड कर दो। हम्म, कंट्रोल बी,
हाँ,
और लास्ट में लिख दो क्यूरेट दिस इंफॉर्मेशन, फुल स्टॉप करके। क्लीन,
चल।
क्लीन अननेसेसरी इंफॉर्मेशन। या रुक जाओ, structured format, give the structured data। हाँ, from the above, enter मारो। देखो कितना बढ़िया से दे दिया। इसे कॉपी करके जेसन फाइल में सेव कर लो। ये जेसन फॉर्मेट है ना।
हाँ।
हाँ, ठीक है, सारा चीज तो दे दे रहा है। अरे, ऐसे करके वो कर लो, जल्दी जल्दी तैयार कर लो।
ओके।
ठीक है, ठीक है फिर। ओके, थैंक्स एवरीवन।
थैंक यू सर।